at school they wanted to teach me, typical theoretical stuff, like a lot of. So I like math. I like this kind of. I've done science, and I like science. I like this logic and all these mathematical processes, but I don't like theory. I like to try things, and I think that the difference between what they wanted me to learn and what I wanted to learn is I wanted to learn how to use what I've learned into real things. I think that I've been lost a lot of time in my life. Like I passed a hard time between when I was teenager to now because I was lost about what I wanted to do in my life. So I knew that I didn't want to study the same thing that the other people study. I think that the moment that I really changed my path was when I tried at the end of the university. I did a marketing degree. So at the end of the marketing degree, I tried to apply to a lot of different jobs offers, and I get rejected 40 times. I tried 40 different applications online, and I thought I was good to be a good asset for these companies, but they didn't know. So I had nothing to show, any tool. I didn't have the opportunity to get in front of them and tell them, hey, I'm good for you. So I think that this was the real moment where I decided to just jump this corporate life directly into the entrepreneurship moment. So I didn't do any interview of them. So it was just online applications. So I didn't have the opportunity to have one single interview. Because if I had the opportunity to have one single interview, I was sure that I was able to catch their attention and show them my energy and my spirit of doing things. But I didn't have the opportunity because the only thing I had was a CV and only empty. So it was quite empty because I had no experience before. So I managed to overpass the situation, just doing. I just started to do. I was studying and I decided to just try my first company. Let's see. I didn't know anything about building a company, so I learned from scratch. I realized that if you want to be able to get the chance, it's not about what you say, it's about what you do and what you are able to show. So that's why we started Workola. So at the beginning we started a company called Workola. It's the company that is behind Skyllz, because we wanted to change the way that talent gets access to work and work gets access to talent. So then we realized that if we wanted to be really a global solution and impact the world, we needed to move into a better technology and a better way of opening the system to more people. Education, career, retirement. Everything is based on the reputation of the issuer of the certification. If you have a diploma, if you have a degree, if you have an online certificate, it's the reputation of the university or the reputation of the platform that gives you your reputation. And this is not fair. Because if you don't have the chance to attend an Ivy League university, one of the top 10 universities in the world, you have less opportunities to be able to get the same results than a person who attended these kind of universities. So Skyllz is trying to standardize the way that you validate and showcase and improve and apply your skills to get everybody on the same way. And at the end, it's not about where you studied, it's not about who was your teacher, it's about yourself, it's about you. How we standardize the way that people get a validation of their skills is based on a community of raters. So it's other people with enough reputation to be able to rate other people's performance, and everything is anonymized and independently on a consensus basis. So when you upload something through an application connected to Skyllz, so through the application, you put this information on the Skyllz community, so the SDP we call it, and you have a community of raters that are reviewing and validating what you did. And if you are, so every one of them do it independently, and they don't know you, they just see what you did, and based on that they rate you. And at the end, the smart contracts decide if you have been on a consensus basis validated, qualified to get this amount of reputation associated to your skill on the blockchain. So we just track positive skills, positive validation. We never track negative validation, because we want you to be able to share your value and not to be, you know, in a bad situation just because you did something not as good as you could, or you tried, it's your first time, so you can try and get better and better and better. So that's the concept behind. Skyllz is designed to be integrated with all the application around talent. I mean, skills acquisition, improvement or application, but the low-hanging fruit for us are e-learning platform, for example, or online portfolios like GitHub, all this kind of way of showing what you're able to do. So, for example, e-learning platforms, when you do an online course and you finish it, usually you have a final assignment just to finish the course. So we want them to be uploaded into the Skyllz ecosystem, and they get reviewed and validated by third-party people that give you your reputation, so that endorse your reputation based on what you did. So Skyllz is not thought to be a job seeker platform. It's a platform for self-development, for talent assessment. So it's just a step before. I mean, when you are building your true value, and we call it unique combination of talents. So you build your unique combination of talents to be able to get a job. But we are not a job board. So the idea in the mid-term, long-term, is to be able to connect also with job platforms, where you can just have a boost because you have a skills profile. And if you think a little bit more further, so the idea is to have like a way of comparing, so finding and comparing based on skills. So the validators are users from the ecosystem. Could be any user in the ecosystem, could be a rater. You have to meet some requirements. So one of them is, for example, you have to have enough reputation in one skill to be able to validate other people's skills. Right? Then you have to have enough reputation as a rater to be able to rate other people's. So Skyllz is using blockchain. Firstly, the Ethereum blockchain. We want to be blockchain agnostic in the future, but the idea is to use first Ethereum blockchain. So we build smart contracts that are deciding automatically if you are enough qualified to track what you did and your reputation in every of your skills on the blockchain. And why blockchain? Because what is in blockchain is yours. Your data is yours. It's portable. You can just move it to other platforms, and this is something that is transparent, it's immutable, so there's the trustworthiness of the whole ecosystem. So we know that blockchain technology helps us build all these kind of characteristics around the reputation based on skills. Companies could access the Skyllz platform if an application is helping them access the Skyllz platform. So Skyllz is not, there is no UI, there is no interface. It's just a backend, it's just a protocol. So you need a touching point, and the touching point is the application. Why are we going to choose you? Why you are not your friend? Why you are not your disappear from your university degree. How do you stand out the crowd, right? If you just have a CV, you are not your CV. So CV is nothing. So it's just a paper that has the reputation of other people's institutions that are putting they're linking the reputation to you, but you have a real value that is far from this piece of paper, even if you are doing it in a digital way, that could be just taken from your experience, what you do, what you did, what you learn, how you learn, how you apply this. So your real value is not your CV. So your real value is in you.